It is Tuesday, which means I'm going to listen to 2 albums today. And those 2 albums today are Mr. Bungle's California and an album by the Cardiacs, whose name chat will tell you because I don't know the entire name of it. But Mr. Bungle, I recently listened to Retrovertigo, and I was like, yep, I'm going to listen to that album. I believe the dude's name is Mike Patton, and he certainly impressed me. So we're gonna hit the play button on this thing. I'm gonna check out what this is all about. It looks like it was dropped in the year of our Lord 1999 on July 2nd. So yeah, that's what I know about it. Other than that, this was a pretty eclectic song from what I recall, and I'm told that it's likely to be a pretty eclectic album. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to hit the play button on this thing. But before I do, it's very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help me out. And if you really like what you see, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you, or join us on Twitch. These people over here are actually the best people. Come discover music with us. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Arizona time. We would love to have you by. Guys, if you have heard this album, type a number 1 in the chat. If you have not heard this album, type a number 2 in the chat. Without further ado, though, California's Mr. Bungle. No, I'm wrong. Mr. Bungle's California, and we're starting with Sweet Charity. Here we go. A lot of people haven't heard this. A lot of people hopping in Raw Dog with me for the first time. Reminds me of The Big Lebowski. Hang on, I have to try. I just have to. Let me tell you about a fella I know. A fella called the Dude. I just... I'm ready! Yeah, a little bit. Sorry, Sky. It really changed there. The storm is over, so let's stop the parade. Raindrops will turn to laughter forever after your Technicolor heartbeat. And they say it helps you forget everything. Sweet Charity. Sweet Charity. The strings create like a dissonance. This has like 3 different genres immediately in the first minute and 22 seconds. I kind of thought he sounded like a little Elliott Smithy in the other song, not like Bond song meets like Bikini Bottom. It's kind of dope. All done on tape. The Sweet Charity part. The Sweet Charity part. I want to revisit this really quick. Okay, Discord, real quick. Okay. Mr. Bungle is a 3-piece band headed by Mike Patton, an incredible singer who has the widest range out of any recorded mainstream vocalist. E flat 1 to E7. Okay. Approximately E flat 1 to E7. This band was started in 1986. However, their first full-length album was not released due to Patton being scouted by Faith No More as a vocalist for the band when they listened to the demo tapes. Faith No More went on to be one of the defining alt-rock acts of the 90s, with Patton at the helm. However, outside of that, his most notable work was with Mr. Bungle. Patton was introduced to experimental music and particularly improv singing by avant-garde jazz composer John Zorn, who produced their first album. California is their third record and is more accessible than the first two, but is not a sellout record. Pat infuses his love of exotica and lounge music alongside of avant-garde metal and funk of the previous two records, Prepare for Madness and Total Domination. Guys, let's go back a little bit. Again, I want to hear this Sweet Charity thing. Thank you, Sky, for that particular context. Exotica, not erotica, Crimson. Jeez. Sweet Charity. Ba 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 ba. Sweet Charity. And this chaos and the creepy dissonance provided by the strings. They're all Mike's vocals, and this is all done on tapes. Is this a synth I'm hearing? Drink your poison from a cup of gold. Your gift keeps on. The bass. Huh? I also wouldn't believe that this was just one vocalist. I feel jarred. We go from this. This is the same song. Right? What we're hearing right now is the same song as this. What? Grand Canyon Hearts, like there's a big hole. The Sweet Charity thing. Sweet Charity. Buddy. Deep toms, the creepiness that is provided by the strings, the percussion. There's so many, there's a couple of voices there, and it's the same guy. It's nuts. Is it a glockenspiel? I'm home free. I'm home. I'm home free. I like this a lot, dude. It's so weird. So this wasn't a trip-induced thing. All of this psychedelic imagery, right? Like, save me. The heavens have opened. The storm is over. So let's start the parade. Raindrops will turn to laughter. Like, tell me that that's sober thoughts. Of a Bob Fosse. He's tripping on life. Okay, fine. Maybe I'm wrong. Guys, I gotta say, this was one of the most all over the place songs I have ever heard in my whole flippin' entire life. There's not even like a comparison. Well, the Cardiacs would be the other comparison. Like that would be the comparison. The song I heard from Cardiacs, but they were like different genres that they were jumping into, right? Like this had kind of like big band and lounge music, like you know, lap steel, whereas Cardiacs kind of had like a lot more horns emphasis, like a lot more punk rock kind of sound. This had more of like an industrial kind of alt rock sound. So it was very interesting to see the difference. But again, this was one of the most jarring songs I've just sat and listened to. That was different. I enjoyed the frig out of it, but it was different. Definitely not like something I've heard. It's like metal ska. Whoa.
Machines replicating the night. The black iron prison, St. Augustine's light. Staying in the bills and doing proud. They get float to burn off and assemble the clouds. With a mega point inside. Little Franklins fly their kites. It's postmodern empires ended tonight.
Kind of has a little bit of like almost a David Byrne sort of delivery here.
Franklins fly their kites.
Right here. That guitar solo sounded like such an old sound guitar solo. That was so great, like Johnny B. Good kind of era, like Chuck Berry sound guitar solo, like maybe even older than that. I mean, but that was such a unique sound. I would be very interested to know how he recorded that sound. It reminded me of the South Park guitar tones, honestly, dude. And then this? I'm sorry to keep pausing it. From history, the flood of counterfeits released, the black cloud reductionism and the beast. Automatons gather all the pieces so the world may be increased and simulation jubilation for the deceased. Oh, how does one even? It's like a Matrix, like as the Matrix was happening, you know. And he sang that, dude. He sang those words. And then this. That slapback sound on the bass and the guitar. I can't even begin to try to pick everything apart, guys. I just can't. There's so many sounds. There's so many transitions. There's too many pieces. There's just too many. I can't say everything. I keep hearing things and I want to stop it. I keep finding that I'm stopping it a lot. So I feel like we're all just going to have to deal with the fact that I'm going to miss things in this particular one, and I'm going to let it cook when I can. There are so many squirrels in this music that I'm never going to finish the reaction if I comment on everything that's popping into my head. I don't even know how to pick apart or even name some of the genre jumps, right? Like, it feels like we're going all the way as far back as like Cab Calloway, kind of like Minnie the Moocher kind of sounds, right? Like big band kind of sounds. But then we're also being like friggin' Nine Inch Nailsy, I guess. And like ska-y, maybe? A bit, I guess. And now we're singing in Latin.
Deus, Deus. Deus, dizi Deus.
And we're back to the beginning? And there's this huge, like, stringy, synthy thing happening. We're back to Latin. And jazz, too. A camera? And the camera sounds are going left and right here. And this is done on tape, huh? He did this with tapes. Like on a reel, huh? Elvis? Sirens? This slapback sound, the reverb on it. I mean, I don't even know where to start. Reactors shouldn't do this. Reactors shouldn't react to this music. Because where do you friggin' start? There was so much. Like, and I'm sitting here thinking, like, let's just do the whole album, huh? Let's just listen to the whole thing, because that's going to be easy to do. We're just going to be able to listen to it and talk about it like we do with every other album. It's going to be fine. It's not, though. Like, I don't even know how to talk about some of these genres. I don't even know some of the musicians. I've just heard sounds like it. I'm just going to play the next one. This is really good. I've heard this one. I liked. I remember feeling like Elliott Smith. I thought it was going to sound like psychedelic Elliott Smith, guys. I really thought that. I'm enjoying it a lot, but it's the notion. It's like having, you don't understand. My favorite part about music is having my notion shattered, right? Like when I can remember the moment I recognized John Mayer was not just the cat that sang "Your Body is a Wonderland," and that made John Mayer so cool to me because in my brain he had a preconceived notion that he just broke through the glass ceiling of, right? And in this context, understand to me, the only thing that Mr. Bungle ever was the song Retrovertigo. So coming in and then hearing those two friggin' things right before this one, here we are, right? And that's one of my favorite things is like when you have those moments that just blow you away. And like, yeah, I don't know that I listen to this constantly, right? This is a tedious listen, but at the same time, it's a fun one. And it's like one that you share with people and you're like, dude, listen to this. Crazy. I've enjoyed the heck out of the adventure of this, even if it's left me kind of speechless and not necessarily knowing what to say. It's been good. The TV influence, I will say, old cartoons has definitely been an influence in my brain. I've also, again, you're seeing like big band, you're seeing jazz fusion, you're seeing so many different little bitsy, like this is an album where they dipsy doodle. That is what they're doing. They are dipsy doodling. Thank you, Furious Pacifist, you actual G. Some lounge exotica. I'm hearing more vocal layers in this now that I'm paying attention to it. What's interesting about this is you have these things that start off like the sound leads you into feeling like it's uplifting, but then just after it's beginning to feel uplifting, another sound comes in. So listen to this part. Uplifting? Nope. Maybe. And now we're back. Truth is a ruin. Nobody is pursuing. Staring into glassy eyes. Mesmerized. He has so many different voices, though. Also, this is only happening in the right ear. I felt like my left ear wasn't hearing something for a moment. It's beatbox. And all of these voices are him. That's so crazy to me. I love that. The little bits, man, they go a long way. And that's right back to what I'm saying. You have the uplifting moment with the bells, and then you have the eerie ones, you know? Thank you for that distinction, Bor. You're right. What's up, BHP? I still can't. I can't hear this song and not think that Shinedown heard it way a long time ago in '99 and it inspired them. I feel like the lead singer of Shinedown has a very similar voice to the when he gets big there. Or Daughtry, even. This was easily the most normie song out of the first three by far. The way they really just mess with your resolves is kind of nice. So yeah, it's the most normie on the album. That felt way different than the other, because I got to be honest, these were all over the gosh darn place, whereas Retrovertigo was its own song the whole way through. The air-conditioned nightmare. Here we go. It's not something you want when you live in Phoenix like I do. Ooh. Only asteroids in empty space, a waste. And then you've got these big reverby. That all of the voice, I mean. A little B-52-zy here. I like this. absolutely hitting me in the B-52s vibes right now. And the panning vocals? I mean, you go from almost like a Rock Lobster kind of vibe to you go from whatever this vibe is to a Rock Lobster kind of vibe with much more dynamic vocal editing. And like, again, the way the delivery is, he kind of has a little bit of a Sprechgesang in that moment, like where he's got the talking voice where he sings, but it's not so extreme. And the computery sounds. This is just such a different song. Bop, 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 bop. Three guys.
From the skyscrapers down to the submarines.
Like Smiley Smile? Is that what you mean, Phlegm? I could certainly in the keys see Brian Wilson for sure. Like, but it's like little parts, right? Because it's not like he's doing that throughout the bulk of the music. But the melody work, not the transition work, the Beach Boys, you know what you get, but the melody work, absolutely. It's even got some Brown sound. That makes sense. Thank you, Applebee's. Thank you, Applebee's.
Where's my rainbow? Where's my halo? There's my
The way that ended was so nice. You had that nice little rake on the guitar ending chord there, and then
there's my
ding ding. Loved that. Mr. Bungle's a friggin' vibe, dude. Actually a vibe. Okay, this one is Ars Moriendi. I thought that was my headphones! I'm not supposed to say gypsy anymore. What's the word I'm supposed to use whenever I want to say it sounds like gypsy music? I'm not trying to be offensive to people. I'm actually asking as to not offend somebody. So please do tell me. Roma or Romani, thank you. But this is Jewish music. I didn't know that either. I'm just going off of where the sound brings me, but thank you for the clarification. It sounds like Romani to me. Remember a moment ago, a while back, I was saying it sounded like kind of like Romani music. Just kidding. Anybody gonna beat a beat up with me? Girls from the ashes, they see some bees. Is this an accordion with metal? And then that, what's the Japanese instrument? How did we go from Rob Zombie to fast-forwarded mariachi to polka? Arabian Nights. That's what that was. And Toxic from Britney Spears. I'm not even... Did you hear the bass? Did you hear the bass? All of this is the same guy singing. A little bit sounds like the lead singer of System of a Down. Surge. There's just so much going on. It is a lot. And like, I really like it. But it's so much. And like, I'm gonna end up having to listen to this a couple of times. I feel like I also need to do my research. This is making me feel like the little I know about music is even less than I thought. Pink cigarette, let's freaking go. This is... how... They've only got, like, 166,000 monthly listeners. I feel like this should have been a way bigger thing. This is actually so special. This is all done on tapes. This is 3 people. Like... This is an actual accomplishment. It's just, it's really an actual accomplishment that they made this music. And I love these reverby slapbacky sounds. I agree with you, Punk. I agree with you. I'm commenting on how it should have more. We go from this really discordant and kind of creepy, like, what's about to happen to us, to this really pleasant sound. BHP, I love you, man. Have the best evening. Great to see you. The really low voice. And it sounds like a snake charmer flute. This feels like the emotional song in a musical where you hear a guy and a girl both sing and they both have a big part, but they start off in kind of like a talk. This is also really got me convinced that we're about to do a hard 180 because only one song has been consistent all the way through. I just don't know what the 180 is going to be when you go from this kind of musical-esque sort of sound. They kept that noise. You hear it? Yeah, they kept the mouth noise. Your kiss goes everywhere, it touches everything but me, golly. This has so many full, like, little bombastic noises along the way. He gets so low. Very Elvis-y here. Is the pink cigarette to be indicative of like lipstick from, yeah, I'm guessing it's like lipstick left on the butt, right? These uplifting, reverby surf breaks.
There's just 5 hours left until you find me dead. There's just 4 hours left.
I want to go back and revisit this. Are you guys? I heard it earlier and then it happened again, but do you hear this really loud, like mega passionate, like, whoa, there in the background? That's so nice, and it adds such an attitude and character to this song. This might be my favorite song on the album, just as a song.
It's just 5 hours left until you find me dead.
He's howling. I love that. I'm telling. I can tell. And he's counting it down. The pianos. And the spaghetti western sound. Dang, man. That really, like the way it ended, like the hard cut, like he counts down the hours and then there's just like, instead of saying, man. And after that, just that loud, that might have been the best use of any hard cut I've ever heard in a song. I'm not saying that like to suck the dude's dick here. I'm actually saying that was probably the best use of a hard cut I have ever heard in any single song ever. Ever. I don't. Oh, we're gonna re-listen. We're gonna re-listen. But that might actually have been if you think of a better hard cut scenario, do tell me. But I mean, honestly, guys, like the emotional roller coaster that was this song, right? And anybody that has ever, had like, one of these types of experiences kind of gets it, right? But then the conviction in what he has with his delivery, and then just you're kind of in this countdown, and this countdown is so emotional and big, and like kind of gut wrenching. And these sounds, like a heart monitor kind of sound. And that kind of scream was just... this is by far, I mean, honestly, the others were exciting, adventurous, kind of witty, kind of, deep, kind of imaginative and creative. But that song was so real, dude. That song was so good. I'm a little heavy after that one, which honestly, it really adds to the dynamics of this whole album just being an emotional roller coaster, Eclectic, a lot of emotions experienced, and I think it's designed that way. But I'm going to roll an ad. I will be right back. Okay. That song really hit me, dude. It was a good one. I really liked that a lot. Man, though, that one was really was heavy. We're back. All right, guys, we are going to hop into Golem 2, the Bionic Vapour Boy. Let's go. Okay. It's like we're winding up a music box. So brown. And like synth jazz. The clav. Gilgamesh mentioned. Is anybody else hearing King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard right now? Anybody? Or is it just me? This is a Cookie song for sure. And I'm just talking in the vocal only. I'm not talking in the music. Dun 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 dun.
Master of shapeshifting. Let's
Brainiac. Is it a collab with the wah pedal? This is the equivalent of Ween's, like, the F Jam without... This wasn't a like from me. Not that I dislike... It's not getting at it. I'm certainly gonna download the album, but I'm not giving it the check. It didn't hit me. But I will say it was probably the best feed, like the best song to follow up Pink Cigarette, because that one was heavy. So this one is the Holy Filament. Nice piano sound. This cathedral sound on the vocals. I feel like there's been a couple of talks of kind of like Matrix-y imagery as we've gone about this. Am I wrong? Bongo. The amount of instruments that they have in this is nuts. The creepiness behind this is crazy. The crescendo there was so nice. And then this synth with the grand sound. They don't do anything I expect them to do with the vocals at all. I thought it was going to be so much more uplifting, and it becomes much more like monk chanting. Why did it go that far back? It's definitely nice. But it's big, kind of creepy. could see that being a thing as far as The Matrix and this having similar influences. Not necessarily that one had to do with the other, but that they may have had a similar source influence. I love this sound. What are they saying right there? Is it just scatting? There's the string ending there was nice. Tobias, I think that you nailed it perfectly with that comment there about Mike using his voice more like an instrument. And I think that this album, if it is anything, it is a display of vocal virtuosity. I mean, it's a display of what it means to be an eclectic album. Like, this is the poster child for eclectic music. There's no doubt about it. There's no pigeonholing a genre to this band. Vanity Fair. Is this beatboxing too?
You're not human, you're a miracle, a creature with an animal. You're sexy, neon smoke screens like the super seals with nothing in it. Even your shadow worships you in your jungle solitude. With the orgies of the sacrament and the seal of flagellants.
The orgies of the sacrament and the seal of flagellants. It's a fart seal, guys. He came in with a totally different voice than we've heard this whole entire album, and then some of the craziest lyrics ever. But good golly gosh, did this ever come in with a vocal delivery.
You're sexy, neon smoke screens like the super seals with nothing in it. Even your shadow worships you in your jungle solitude. With the orgies of the sacrament and the seal of
Never, Onion.
you know God saves those who save their skin from the bondage that we're in. I'm elated, I can cut you and remove the sheath of your ignorance.
Wow.
The eunuch and the Scotsy, will you hurt me now and make amends? Baby, we all love you, it's a cheap world and you don't exist.
It's like he went for a doo-wop, but then was like, let's just spice it up in a weird way. Let's make it weird spicy. And then psychedelic. I do love the doo-wop vibe. This is a different doo-wop than I've ever heard.
Slip the fabric around now, spread your legs and wear.
It's like if you took doo-wop and you threw a weird time signature to it, new-wop. Yeah, for sure. I like that simply. I think that wins.
Now I made it.
The say sorrow there.
This cancer from my soul.
Nothing.
Now I made it.
Yes.
I'm finally naked.
Scoots, he was quoting. You're good. We're good. Donnie's in his element. He's fine. Is this so? Goodbye, sober day is something I'm not going to be saying ever again. But it is the closer of the album. So, guys, it's been a ride. Let's shut her down. All right, here we go. Goodbye, sober day. Grew wings and flew away. The do bass. I'll say that so I can at least comment on the This is just. Let's go back. Like a South Park kind of run sort of thing, but it also like kind of a I don't know why I want to say like Rob Thomas and Santana sort of vibe with the guitar sound. And then this, whatever the frig, and then we're here. Like a Gorillaz breakdown. I love that line. And then now this. And this reminds me of something that you'd see on like American Horror Story or something. I certainly hear Gorillaz vibes. jump and smoke.
If I knew you up and made you super your bones.
Drum pan. Holy crap. I dropped my beverage. That was a lot. That was a whole lot, guys. I think that was a really good album. I mean, it went 9 for 10 on checked songs, you know? It's one of those songs that it's like, or albums that I don't know how often I'll return to, but I'm certain I will, just because it was so different. Like, this is going to be the kind of thing I'm going to ask people for a while. Like, have you heard of Mr. Bungle? Like, there was so many different components to this. I remember you guys being like, you weren't ready, and truly I was not. Consider every single notion I had that was preconceived shattered. Consider like this a big old lesson. Consider this a big old lesson in what music can be. Because again, none of these things conventionally would have blended together at all. I'm definitely like, in that Mike Patton in his voice, in the many ways he uses them, actually bonkers, dude. Actually bonkers. Yeah, guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the positivity that you show both to me and to one another. Continue to be the best. And until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. Goodbye.